Eric Andre as a Silicon Valley tech billionaire, you say? Might be a stretch, but I think you can pull it off. Hello, everybody. I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. How you doing? I've done a lot of videos today. This is the last one, I promise, until tomorrow. I thought I'd just get a jump on this. I was going to watch tomorrow, but I'm already up, so I'm going to watch this. I just got done watching The Mitchells versus the Machines, an animated kids film that may honestly have some pleasures even more for adults. So what is The Mitchells versus the Machine about and who's involved? Well, The Mitchells versus the Machine is directed by Mike Rianda? Is that it, Rianda? And co-directed by Jeff Rowe. And it stars pretty great cast, honestly. A very interesting, funny casting choices. Abby Jacobson from The Great Broad City plays Katie Mitchell. She's an aspiring filmmaker, but her dad doesn't get her. Also, she's LGBTQ+. That's awesome. I love that. She has like a female love interest. Later on, she wants to be a filmmaker, and she makes fun little shorts with her dinosaur-loving brother Aaron, played by Mike Rianda, the director, and quite hilariously, I might add. Good job, sir. Double threat there. Makes cute little shorts with their dog, who's an adorable little pug voiced by the famous Doug the Pug. Yeah, I'm not kidding. But Father Rick doesn't get her. He's played by Danny McBride. And Linda, their mother, played by Maya Rudolph, one night tells Rick, look, probably she's going to college like the next day. That's the plan. They're going to send her to the airport to go to college for orientation week. Linda tells her husband, listen, after a blow up, that if you don't do something about this, if you don't basically repair your relationship with our daughter, she's never going to come home again. We need to make, heavy. And so what he decides to do, being ever the go-getter that he is, family togetherness time kind of guy, he decides that what he's going to do is cancel her plane ticket, and instead they're going to go on a cross-country trip to college. What could go wrong? Well, apparently the robo-apocalypse. That's right. Eric Andre's character, who's basically like a modern-day Steve Jobs, calls his basically Siri-type, operating system PAL, voiced by Olivia Colman. This cast is amazing. Olivia Colman, great Olivia Colman, that she's obsolete and that they're going to make way for the robots. Well, PAL, these robot assistants, PAL doesn't like them very much and overrides the system to enslave humanity. Who can save us? Believe it or not, it's a weird family called the Mitchells who happen to be on vacation. I'm just going to come right out and say this. This has been a great year for family entertainment, and it's been a great year for animated films for both adults and children. I'm going to tell you this right now. I have another one to add to the list, another great one, because I loved The Mitchells versus the Machines. I genuinely love this movie. Animated films, this endlessly inventive, creative, funny, and also kind of moving, don't come around very often. All I'll say is that it's made by Sony Animation, and between this and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Angry Birds 2, which is surprisingly underrated, you guys have redeemed yourselves tenfold for Emoji Movie, you guys. Wow. This is produced, actually, by some of the same people. It's done by, Lord and Miller, who of the great Lego movies, as well as the Jump Street films, and Into the Spider-Verse and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and you see their creativity in this. It's hilarious, it's full of great slapstick for the kiddos, but it also has some really terrific visual comedy and references for the adults, including to the T.I. Rihanna song, Live Your Life, as well as Furbies, very creatively used, because I'll tell you, as a child who was a child when Furbies came on the scene, and are probably in the age of parents who are going to watch this with their kids, Furbies are terrifying, and mine was possessed. So, Furbies, and then you also got like references to Kill Bill, and more subtle kind of things, and they also do that kind of visual thing with, using almost internet type of, like, pictures. They do that kind of thing that, how do I describe this? Like, the almost filtery in a good way, where it's like, it's sort of that Into the Spider-Verse thing where they have a really well-sketched sort of CGI, but 2D kind of CGI emerging image, and then they have like little 3D kind of... The animation is beautiful. Abby Jacobson delivers a terrific vocal performance, as does everyone else. All the characters are lovable. It has a really refreshing take on sibling relationships where the siblings actually don't fight ever. They actually are like best friends. That's cool. Definitely not my family, but it's cool. I love my siblings, but yeah. Full of great humor, some laughs that are huge. Early on, there's a joke about a 7-hour mule tour that made me laugh really hard. I don't want to say what it is, but you'll see it in the movie. It's quick, but it's hilarious. But then also, by the end, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a little misty-eyed and a little lump in the throat when we get to the climax. This is not only a really terrific and funny and imaginative adventure, but it's also a surprisingly moving sort of animated fable about parents learning to let their babies go. And it got me more than I was expecting. I'll say this, if Sony, just to end on this, if Sony continues this path, they might actually rival Pixar one day. I really was impressed with The Mitchells vs. the Machines. It's imaginative, it's funny, and surprisingly kind of sweet and moving. It's one of the best animated films or films full stop of the year so far, guys. I really love this movie. It's hilarious, very funny. The Furby thing is, I cannot stress it. If you owned a Furby, you are going to be on the floor and your kids will probably not know why you're laughing so hard, but you will, and that's all that matters. This is just endlessly inventive and imaginative. I'm reviewing Scott Pilgrim tonight, and it's weird to compare it to this, but it's almost like an animated Scott Pilgrim. This is it's endlessly creative, very, very funny, from beginning to end, and also kind of sweet from beginning to end. So, there's more to say? Mitchells vs. the Machines, 5 out of 5 stars, you guys. I'm really shocked. 5 out of 5 stars, because I'm like, oh, this could be really cute or just really kind of irritating, and I love this movie. I really love this movie, and I love these characters. I want to see the Mitchells go on another adventure, and they kind of set up a sequel. I want it. And to know that at the end, the reveal that the Mitchells are, in fact, a real family that inspired this story, not the robot apocalypse part, but the road trip part, makes me very happy. It gave that kind of an extra little bump of warmth to this movie. I love the Mitchells vs. the Machine. Congratulations, everyone involved. They had some people from Gravity Falls also on the writing team for this. Hooray. 5 out of 5 stars, terrific. I would love to see this in the theater, though. Trailer trash, none. I saw it on Netflix. Was there shawarma? Yeah. Even though Netflix apparently doesn't want you to watch the credits of any of their movies. Stupid Netflix. There is a lot of creative, like, little animation and little audio things during the credits, so it is worth sticking around for. God, I love this movie. I really love this movie. Some of the lines in this are just so witty, and it also has surprisingly large stakes, and it feels real epic. Mitchell vs. the Machines, 5 stars. This movie is great. And you don't even have to have kids to enjoy this. I have no children that I know of, and I still had a good time with this flick. This was really funny. This is an everybody movie. This is the perfect, like Flora and Ulysses, really. This is the perfect definition of a family movie, which means that everyone in the whole family, even families without kids, can get a kick out of this guy. This is a really funny movie. And a really sweet movie, and a real imaginative movie. I'm repeating myself. Basically, if there's anything to do, go watch The Mitchells and the Machines. If you have Netflix, which everybody does, go watch it. It's on there. Check it out. It's don't let the 2-hour runtime for the animated thing daunt you. It's beautifully animated, and it moves like a bullet. So there we go. 5 out of 5 stars. I will be back tomorrow for Scott Pilgrim. I can't wait to talk about it. I've seen it about 1 billion times, and I'm going to do a review, and I'm going to actually even do it like a regular review, because we're going to have like trailer trash and whatnot. So I'm seeing it in the theater, so that'll be awesome. I saw my brother and his wife are returning to the theaters for the first time since the pandemic, and they're going to go see Demon Slayer. Dope. They're going to love that, because they've actually seen the show, and I loved it, and I didn't watch the show. So, good job, guys. Alright, and then we'll talk about what's to come tomorrow night. So, that'll be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. Please go watch The Mitchells vs. the Machines. It's so good. Alright. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Love you, Classmist. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. You know, papas, let your babies grow up to be filmmakers, especially if your last name is Mitchell. I love this movie. Alright. Yeah. Thank you all. Take care. Have a wonderful night. See ya.